Renee, coming back at you. I'm just going to make a mushroom medley. The store had these great lion's mane. Lion's mane mushrooms are amazing. They're so good for you. They help you with cognitive health and really good for your immune function. And then they had maitake. And I don't know if you've ever seen these before. I get these sometimes when I get my imperfect basket. They didn't have them this time, but it was at the grocery store, so it was kind of a splurge for me. But I know that when these cook up, so these are really cool because they look like a flower. I can never get it out. I'll show you. Oops, it's coming apart. But anyway, it almost looks like a pine coney flower. See that? And then they have these other ones too that I can get. But these little leaves. So this particular mushroom right here, I'm going to chop it up just kind of coarsely because it kind of falls apart already anyway. But these are sauteed up. They are super sweet and yummy. There's my hubby. And so anyway, this is super simple. So I'm taking these different types of mushrooms. Of course, I've got my cremini mushrooms and some baby bellas, which are basically the same thing as cremini. But they're in my fridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roughly chop these up. They're going to go in a pan. I'm going to use a little bit of, the pan's heating up. I'll take you over there with me in a minute. And I've never actually had the lion's mane like this. I've only ever had it as additives and things. So I'm very intrigued to try this. It's a really kind of rubbery. I think when we sauteed it up with some veggie broth, which is what I got over there, and some fresh garlic. And then because of those maitake mushrooms that are sweet, they're going to add this amazing flavor combo to the mushrooms. And it's seriously just going to be a big giant pan of just nothing but fried mushrooms with a little bit of garlic and veggie broth. Because we're doing a dry saute. This lion's mane is kind of rubbery. It's very interesting texture. So, I'm very interested in this. So, I don't even know if you're supposed to cook it. But Renee is. Alright, then I've got all of these. I'm going to rinse these off just real quick. Alright, so come along with me. We're going to the stove. I don't know if you can see me. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so we're going to throw in a little bit of veggie broth. Sometimes I make my own veggie stuff, but this time I didn't. So that's going to cause like a steamy thing in there. Then we're going to get these mushrooms that I've already got chopped. They're going in there. And then I'm going to get my creminis all chopped up in there. So what's great about this mushroom thing is that you can certainly eat it like it is, right? Just all sauteed up in there together. Or you can roll it up in like a good whole grain tortilla and make like a mushroom wrap. Really good that way. You could serve it over a crisp, so you could heat the mushroom things back up and then serve it over a bowl of fresh spinach. And then that adds that hot versus cold, you know, like when people sometimes put their hot chicken on a cold salad or a hot steak on a cold salad. Same concept, just warm up the mushrooms. Very filling, very nutrient dense. Great substitute for a meat-like structure. So we got this going for us. It's a good time. Anyway, so I just put a little bit of this veggie broth in there. I'm going to get a couple of cloves of garlic chopped up and thrown in there just because I like to have a little garlic in there. Just why not, right? Garlic is really good for your immune system, really good for healing you on a lot of things. It's like nature's antibiotic. So, never go wrong with garlic. Garlic and mushrooms together, classic. Then I'm also going to make up some refried beans here in a minute, and that's again sauteed in this pan with a little bit of veggie broth, garlic, onions, some seasonings, a couple cans of pinto beans. You cook that down until they get all squashy. Because squashy is the word. So mushrooms take a little bit longer to saute down. They're going to get all the water out of them. So what's going to happen is, this looks like a lot, and I'm actually going to put a few more mushrooms in there. This looks like a crap ton of mushrooms. The reality is they're going to shrink down so much that it's going to look like I barely have enough for 2 meals. So I am going to throw in one more box of these creminis. But how do you like to eat your mushrooms? Have you tried lion's mane mushrooms? Have you tried the maitake ones? Have you ventured out in your mushrooms, or do you just eat the plain white button mushrooms? I'd love to know. There's ones that look like little tiny white mushrooms that come in a cluster. Those are really good. And like I said, these kind of look like a little flower that you would find growing on a tree. And they're sweet, which is amazing. So I love all the different textures and different flavors that mushrooms can provide, and along with all the nutrients and health benefits, and a great substitute. So another good thing you can do is, if you want to make something that looks like ground beef, you would chop up a bunch of mushrooms, cauliflower, and a red beet, and chop that up really finely so it has the texture of ground beef. And then the beet gives it that red color, and then the mushroom gives it the denseness of like a ground beef, and then you use a little liquid smoke to flavor it. It's actually really good. So anyway, I'm leaving on vacation soon. So I gotta actually get all my veggies cooked and eat them all this week, because the hubby won't eat all of them. So kind of cleaning out the fridge, which is another reason why I'm cooking these down, because again, I can add them to rice and spinach and have a nice huge bowl of yumminess, and get all of these eaten before I leave town. So that's what I'm doing. And if the pan gets a little too dry, you just add in another teaspoon or so of the veggie broth, and that is what we call a dry saute. So we're not using any oil, and that's a dry saute. And like I said, I'm going to put a couple cloves of garlic in there, and we're going to call it good. Alright, I'd love to hear about what kind of mushrooms you've tried, your favorite way to saute or steam or cook your mushrooms. Would love to hear that. Have you tried dry sauteing yet? I'd love to hear that. And do you eat garlic? Because you really should. Garlic, ginger, turmeric, all amazing stuff for you. Yes, my garlic's chunky, but that's okay. Makes it more flavorful. You could even throw all of these mushrooms into a spaghetti sauce and serve over spaghetti squash or zucchini or a good whole wheat noodle. But there we go. Like I said, this will probably take about 20 minutes to finally get all down, and it will only make like maybe half a bowl when we're done. So anyway, those are some sauteed mixed mushrooms, lion's mane and maitake and portobello, baby portobellos, or creminis, whatever you want to call them, they're the same. So trying different kinds of mushrooms. Alright, don't forget, it's not about being perfect. It's about just taking a step every day to become a little more whole food based, whole food plant based, and using what's in your kitchen, or if you find something on sale and you want to try it, let's do it, right? Nothing crazy here, you guys. Nothing crazy. All right, thank you. I can't wait to hear if you tried it.